Guys, what is goody? Welcome to another sort of episode of Maximilian Must Know. Wanted to do this one to really accomplish two things today. First of all, of course, to give you my scent of the day. This today, at least, it's Every Storm a Serenade from my buddy Josh at Imaginary Authors. It's taken me a while to really, I think, understand this one. You've got spruce and eucalyptus and vetiver, and then you've got cologne and ambergris and sea salt. And to me, it's a green aquatic, which is sort of taking me a real long time to understand. I wish it was a little bit lasted a little bit longer in my skin. I wish the actual, I think, oils in this one were ramped up a little bit. And it was a little more bold and fierce. I think it's meant to sort of be a more EDT than an EDP, or even an EDC than EDP, or extrait. But it's definitely growing on me. The other reason I wanted to make this video, and I'm just being dead ass honest with you guys, because a couple nights ago, I did a video about the Facebook page that I launched, and for the first time, I've done 550 videos, I think. For the first time ever, I got a comment from someone that was just like, whoa. It was really hateful. I'll be dead up with you guys. I removed it, which I think was a mistake in retrospect. I tried to re-add it. I blocked this person, and then I re-added them, and I wish they would re-comment, and I hope they re-comment on this. I don't want to say their name, not because I don't want to acknowledge them or try to hide anything, just because I don't want anyone who might read this to just say something dumb to them. But basically, the gist of the comment was that my ego is huge, and how could I think I have like a couple hundred sycophants that'll just love anything that I do, and I must have a face for radio if I'm not showing my face and I'm balding. So who would want to know who want to know what gel I use and what could I be possibly giving away, like shitty decant shop samples or like my shaved arm hair. It was just for me, like, I was just like, ooh, it was, I mean, I thought two things, to be honest with you guys, and this is no offense. If the person who's writing this is watching this, the first thing I thought was, wow, I don't know who this person is. I've had no interaction with them, and if they're actually spending the time out of their day, they must be really upset and angry. And I'm sorry that person is so. Because I don't think I did anything to them, so I'm just sorry that they're so sick. But then the second thing honestly made me think, oh, well, what if maybe I am coming off the wrong way. On this channel, because I'll tell you the other reason I thought that is because someone, long story short, someone who also reviews pointed me out to a thread on a forum where people talk about YouTube reviewers, and a couple of people said there that they used to like me, but I've gotten so elitist and I'm an aristocrat, and I must like stuff like that. And so I just kind of wanted to see. I don't think I'm going to change anything, but you guys tell me, what am I doing wrong if you think I'm doing something wrong? And again, like, I'm not looking for the yes man answers. Now, I know the first thing people are going to go to probably is, well, we want to see your face. We want you to do videos on here. And I think, because I've gotten that comment so many times. I mean, I've addressed it so many times, but I have no problem addressing it again. In reality, there's two reasons why. And the first real reason why is because I made an agreement with the people I work for, whether you care about this or you believe this or not, that I just won't appear in videos online. And there's been a couple reviewers, Hero was one of them, who I had to stop making videos. He was a huge reviewer, one of the people who was easily my inspiration to get me into this, because his job wouldn't allow him to make videos, and he chose, I guess, not making videos, I guess, versus either just eliminating himself or not being on camera. And then there's someone else who's a good friend of mine, sometimes sober, Jay, who, I mean, I don't want to get into his story, but basically he stopped being on camera and ultimately I think stopped making videos because it just wasn't cool for what he did. And I've sort of straddled the lines. That's the first reason. And then the second reason is after making that agreement, I just don't want to necessarily be out there for a lot of different reasons. There's been times when I've been in stores and people just based off me having a snapshot of who I am and knowing my name have come up to me. And that's cool. I don't mind that. But there's a lot of people that I know that I don't want coming up to me. And for a lot of reasons, you guys probably won't understand. But it goes back years and years. And I am who I am. And I can just be real honest about that. And I just don't necessarily need myself being out there for a lot of different reasons. So if you combine that I have a job that I've been at for almost 10 years now, and I'm sort of interfacing with certain people, and I just sort of made an agreement there, and then the fact that I'm just private in general, and then you put that into the fact that there's people I just don't want to run into, well, that's why I don't do it. You know, if you want to think it's because I'm some monster, you know, that has like acne scars or some bald, like, I mean, think whatever you want. I would love probably to put the chicks I've banged in my life up against some of the guys or gals some other people have, but that's really not even a nice thing to say, so I shouldn't say that. Am I the best looking guy out there in the world? You know, am I George Clooney? Of course not. But do I think I'm like some ugly guy that's trying to hide from a camera? No, that would, I mean, come on. Like, look, I don't, I every woman I've ever talked to, you know, who I trust is, I mean, I'm sure they like guys that look good, but I think it's usually about so much more than that, unless you're just this, you know, something's really wrong with you. And so I just don't, I'm not like super self-conscious about that. And so I think that insinuation is just nuts, but it's fine. You know, like I don't mind that. That's the way it goes. And will I show myself, will I like do videos in front of the camera one day? Yeah, it's certainly possible. Like things might change to that point. You know, my flow is sort of usually when I do like reviews and sample shopping is to have notes in front of me, and so I don't have to look at a camera. Obviously, like now my workflow, it's just so much easier to not look. You know, to not have to look at the camera and stuff like that. But I don't have a problem doing that at some point. You know, it just, I'm not at that right now. That's not gonna happen. It's gonna be videos like this, and if that means you don't want to watch my videos, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, there's so many better reviewers than me. And there's so many better reviewers that will bring you what you want that I might not, and that's cool. That's just okay. You know, I'm okay with that. So if that's why you don't want to, you're not like cool with my videos, then that's okay, and I get that, and cool. You know what I'm saying? No problem. But I'd love to know if there's something else that is going on where you think, or anyone thinks that like I'm elitist or da da da. If that's the case, it is what it is. Guys, I'm just telling you now, I'm gonna make videos the way that I want to make videos. And this person sort of insinuated that the Facebook page was the last straw, and that like I'm nuts and what am I trying to give away? And honestly, what I'm trying to give away is when I'm hopefully doing these fragrances as a matriarch, I'd like to give previews away to people who've been long-time subscribers. Like I'd like to give a reward to people just like that away. And what I also wanted to do there, honestly, I wasn't, just so you guys know, like that the page isn't there to exist as like, oh guys, follow me, you know, I'm Charles Manson and follow my page and do what I say and go to 150 Celio Drive and kill a pregnant woman and cut her baby out. No, it's like, hey, here's more of the fragrances I like, and here's actually more of the music that I post in these videos. And if there's a song you're interested in and I don't want to put it on YouTube, I have no problem linking the video on this page. So that's why I'm doing it. And I just didn't want to get that misconstrued. And I'm sure some people are looking at me on this like, Max, you're fucking nuts. Like one person wrote a comment and you're making a whole video on it. Well, based off what I saw a long time ago on Base Notes, and then this guy wrote this, and I'm telling you guys, I don't know if some of you saw this, but this was, and if the person who wrote this is reading this, I'd love you to write a comment here and just explain why you have this animosity towards me, because unfortunately I blocked you and then I unblocked you, and I just think everything got lost in the sauce. But for me, I've never had anyone come at me in my life like that. And I'm not the superest tough guy in the world, but it's very rare someone comes into my face and says some crazy shit. And then I feel it's just because I'm a good guy and I'm really trying to do the right thing and just make reviews on here and guide people in the right direction. Like I always said, like, yeah, guys, like I want a job in Fragcom at some in the fragrance world at some point. I want my own house at some point, or I want to be a creative director at some point. But ultimately, what I'm trying to do here is guide you guys in the right direction. I don't want people to waste their money on shit that I think is whack. So that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to like do something for my ego or you know what I'm saying? Like it just rubbed the whole shit just really rubbed me the wrong way. And so I just wanted to know, like, what do you think I could do better on this channel? That's all. Like, that's all I'm asking. What do you think I could do better in the future? Do you think I'm doing something wrong? Is there something elitist about my channel? I've really tried, if you guys have seen recently, to review fragrances at all different price points. I think there was a little bit of a period where I was reviewing like super niche stuff. And that's just not representative of me or my channel, because I like wearing fragrances at every price point and trying things at every price point. And certainly, as money's gotten tighter for me, I'm not trying to wear $400 or $500 fragrances all the time. I'm trying to find those gems that you guys could wear and rock at a good price point. So I just wanted to know from you, and that's it. And that's the end of the video. Let me know what you think. If there's something I could be doing better to be more inclusive, or if I'm just losing my mind, or if this guy is just a complete prick and you think everything's good. Let me know one way or the other. That's it, guys. I want to thank you for watching. A lot obviously is coming up this weekend. We're going to have the starting lineup coming up this weekend, a review coming up this weekend, and then a lot more Scent Safari coming up real soon. Guys, you already know what it is. My name is Maximilian. I want to thank you again. Real shout out to the people who do fuck with me. I fuck with you too. My name is Maximilian. I must know. Peace.